Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome back. Tough loss, heartbreaking loss, devastating loss. I need to have grief counseling for myself, and I will tell you it wasn't easy to watch the Lakers lose in that fashion last night. I'm still hurting after that loss. This is going to take a long time to get over. I'm so sorry for that loss, Laker Nation. I have no words. This was clearly a must win. To lose in the way that you did last night, that's very deflating. It's hard to fathom, it's hard to stomach. It's one that will take this team, this city, this fan base a long time to get over. This was your opportunity to get even with the Denver Nuggets in this series. You had a chance to tie this series 1-1, and you would have come back to crypto.com arena tied. It was just too good to be true. You know, a 20-point lead. You squandered a 20-point lead. This was your season right here. You needed this game. It's hard for me to voice how I feel after last night's collapse. I do believe a loss like this will deflate the Lakers. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and D'Angelo Russell can't play this game any better than the way they played in game two. You can't blow a 20-point lead. You can't blow big leads like that. It's the playoffs. The biggest takeaway for me, what we saw last night, and yes, Jamal Murray for the second game in a row struggled shooting the ball. What we saw out of Murray was that he's able to take over games at any moment, even if he's having a bad night. Last night in the fourth quarter, he comes up in the clutch, caps it with a game winner, a buzzer beater over Anthony Davis. Ball game. Game is over. With Murray, there's no doubt, even on nights he doesn't shoot the ball efficiently. He's cold-blooded. You know, it was that killer mentality that you saw from him late in the game. He turned it on in the final 5 minutes of the game. This series is not going to go the way Laker fans want it to go when you have a team blowing large leads. You need the Lakers to be perfect. You need the Lakers to play perfect to beat the Nuggets, to have a chance. They literally have to play perfect to win games. You need somewhere of that 30 and 10 Anthony Davis that you've seen in this series in order to win. 11 points, undoubtedly. He didn't have 11 points last night. He balled out, but I'm just using this as an example. 11 points, undoubtedly, one night isn't going to get it done. And when you have a double-digit lead and you're damn near running away with it, and Jamal Murray gets you in the end with one of his career-defining shots to break the hearts of fans, an entire city, and an entire team, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's a very, very tough pill to swallow. And LeBron and AD are the force. They aren't the force necessarily of the blame out of this. I mean, you can't hold them accountable for this loss. There's blame that can be shared across the board, rather you want to get into it defensively, rather you want to get into it into the rotations of this game, rather you want to go into poor management. The thing that drives me absolutely crazy out of everything that happened last night, out of everything that transpired in this game, the one thing that drives me crazy was that the Nuggets went on one of their wild third quarter runs to overcome a 20-point deficit. That's what had me losing my mind. I just knew as soon as I saw the Nuggets cutting into the lead in the third that was the turning point in the game. And sure enough, it was the turning point in the game. That was the comeback that ended the Lakers season. That comeback by the Denver Nuggets last night ended it for the Lakers. It's just so deflating for them to lose a game this way. And it really sucks because what this was, it was the it was it was the best that we saw, which obviously wasn't good enough on both ends. How can everything absolutely go wrong? How can a team collapse the way they did after being up big? And what you had was a group of nuggets, and you left the door open for them. You had a 20-point lead. I know I'm repeating myself. You had a 20-point lead and let them back in the game on a night that you threw everything you had at them. And in the end, it results in a loss. You lose the game. And throughout the game, as the Nuggets were mounting this comeback, that belief had grown that they can take this game from you. And sure enough, that's what they did. And they did just that. They took the game away from the Lakers. I have never been as depressed as I am watching the Lakers now. This absolutely breaks your heart as a fan. All week long, everybody said nationally, yeah, there's no way the Lakers will beat the Nuggets in a 7-game series. There's just no way that's happening. The Lakers are getting swept and all this other stuff. That's what everybody was saying, right? I mean, it's one thing for me to say the Lakers in 6. It's one thing for me to say, I think the Lakers can pull off this upset, when in reality, I know that can't happen. And last night showed me that. The Lakers are done. This series is over. They're done. All hope is lost. Sorry, but you're not beating this Nuggets team. They're the far more superior team. They're better than you. LeBron can put up a 50-piece and you're still losing this game. AD can have a triple-double and you're still most likely to fall short. D'Angelo Russell can show up and not pull one of his disappearing acts, and the Lakers will still drop dead. They'll find a way to blow it. Austin Reeves can have a 30-point masterpiece, but they will still lose the game because he's getting ripped apart by Jamal Murray, and they have no answer for Jamal Murray. And you can tell they can't figure him out, nor can they figure out Nikola Jokic. It was another promising start that turned into a complete nightmare for the Lakers. And once again, we're having this conversation about the Denver Nuggets being the far more superior team. In that third quarter, Laker fans had to be saying, oh my goodness, here we go again. What in the hell is this? I was right there with you. I felt the same way watching the game last night. I know it's a 7-game series, but to lose is one thing, but to lose in that fashion, that's one I don't think the Lakers can recover from. And I'm sorry, you're up by 20 and you fall like that, that's embarrassing. That's utterly embarrassing. And I wouldn't even want to show my damn face today if I'm the Lakers. They still can't beat this team that has owned them in every sense of the word. I mean, every time they face you, they beat your ass. They give you a good ass whooping. That's 10 straight wins now. 10! Can you count my fingers? 10! It is unacceptable. It's embarrassing to get your ass punked and smacked in the mouth by one team 10 straight times. That's embarrassing. It's incomprehensible. The point remains that they can't maintain and sustain leads. It's always encouraging early, at least from what we saw in the first 2 games. Then it turns into a heartbreaking loss. In the end, I'm sick to my stomach. Now you trail the Nuggets 0-2 with a loss like that one last night. Again, the Lakers should have won this game. Anthony Davis played a perfect first. D'Angelo Russell went crazy from 3. LeBron James Can't say enough about him. LeBron James hit clutch shot after clutch shot in the fourth quarter and tried everything he could to will his team to victory. Jamal Murray has another horrible day of shooting, and the Nuggets shot terribly from three all game and still won the game in large part because of Murray's dagger, his late game heroics. And I'm still confused how Darvin Ham is a professional basketball coach. He doesn't make good rotations. He doesn't run any good plays out of timeouts. He has no answer for the Denver Nuggets. Bad rotations, embarrassing. The rotations he put out there and his lack of offensive play calls doomed the Lakers once again. Once again. Terrible timing with timeouts. No offensive schemes. Doesn't know when to challenge. You know, he allows momentum to swing before calling a timeout. Lets teams back in the game like you saw last night. That play late in the fourth quarter was marginal contact. That should not have been called a foul. And yet, Darvin Ham didn't challenge it. And now the Lakers find themselves in an 0-2 hole. Once again, like they were last year. It's the same story as last year with this Laker team. And the way it's looking right now, it looks like this team is going to get swept once again for a second straight year in a row. By the time the series is over, what will it be? 12 straight, 14 straight losses to them? Or something like that? You know, it's not a good look for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's bad. It's bad. And if they do get swept in this series, there's going to be a lot of changes to come next season. At least I hope so. We all know how Jeannie Buss operates and run her franchise. It's bad business, right? You know? So a lot is going to have to change. They're going to have to revamp this roster. They're going to have to find ways to get better. They're going to have to get guards who can actually shoot. They need another big name guard. I still think they need another center to complement AD's game. I think you need to add more size to your roster. You need to add more depth to your roster. There's a lot of things that's going to have to change, particularly if this Laker team gets swept. And they're on the verge of getting swept and embarrassed once again. Take care, everyone. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. We'll talk very soon. Take care, everyone. Peace.